Hey there, it's Mike. Thanks for checking out this video, and I have an exciting piece of news to share with you today, and that is the fact that one of my street photos was a finalist in a very large street photography competition. We're going to get to the image and talk about the details and things like that in a little bit, but I want to talk about contests in general. I don't enter a lot of them. I'm not sure if it's the greatest thing to do. If you're looking for feedback, then you better pick something really, really local and small. The bigger contests, obviously, they're pouring over thousands of images, and just, you'll get an email notification saying, sorry, you weren't selected or whatever. Thanks for entering, sort of deal. But it can be nice in a way to enter some contests, just because I think it helps you look at your body of work and say, what are my, especially these contests are usually something that, you had to have taken in the last year. So what are my top 2 or 3 images that I took in the last year? What would I consider submitting to a contest? I think it can be good in a way to go through that mental gymnastics through your images, and submit them to a contest. So I usually enter about 2, maybe 3 a year. They're usually larger competitions, just for street photography, but once in a while there's something more local that will just be photography in general, and I think I'll have something that fits visually and I'll enter. But I entered one this year from Digital Photo, and they have a sister organization, sort of. It's sort of like they have Digital Photo Pro, which sort of is on this side, and they actually publish a magazine. It's probably one of the better magazines, photography magazines, that's still in print. I used to subscribe to it a few years ago. It's actually quite high quality. I just was trying to save some money, and so I was cutting out a bunch of magazine subscriptions. But so they have Digital Photo Pro, and then they have Digital Photo, and Digital Photo is the side that runs all the contests, and they have black and white contests, they have landscape contests, they have something called like Feather Friend, which is just birds, they have portrait, and they have one called Street Scene. So I entered 3 images, and I believe the deadline is like the end of February. So you need your images for the previous year. Like they don't wait around. Like at the end of 2021, you have to know, in a couple months, because that deadline comes awfully quick. So I submitted my 3 images. I didn't hear back till beginning of September. So more than a half a year before I found out that I was a finalist, and I was very shocked and honored, and it's awesome. And there's a lot of paperwork, not a lot of paperwork, but you have to sign paperwork that allows them to use the photo to promote the contest if they want to, things like that. I mean, they're smart enough, obviously. They realize they let the photographer keep the copyright. You're really only assigning a license to Digital Photo to use the image for promotion and things like that, for marketing. So there's some paperwork to do and things like that, and you have to write a little narrative of about the photo or whatever. That's due by the end of September, and then here in early December, they finally released the 10 images that were the finalist. And the image that was selected that was selected was this one here. It's called Footprints, and it's something that obviously I was kind of setting up. I knew it was going to snow here in Appleton, and so it wasn't really heavy snow yet. I was catching the snow kind of early. Wasn't really accumulating too much, but there was enough to make all these footprints. And I took some pictures of just the footprints, which were kind of neat. But I wanted to wait. I'm like, man, if I could just get somebody walking through, that'd be really neat. And I waited about 5-10 minutes, and sure enough, this guy came through with a hooded sweatshirt and his backpack, and just walked on the right side. It was almost perfect. And I took a few images as he was walking through, and I really liked it. Switched it to black and white. It became very peaceful and very moody, and just really liked it. So that was one of the 3 that I entered. That was the one that was selected, and I was very honored that that was one of the one that was selected. And the thing that I like to do, and the interesting part of this is, not last year in 2021, but in 2020, I entered Digital Photo's Street Scene contest, and I was a finalist with a different image. The banner of this channel actually Follow the Leader, the black and white one with the kids all following the teacher, and they're all holding the shirts. That was actually a finalist. There were 26 finalists that year, and I wasn't in the top 3 there. I mean, there were there's always amazing images I don't know how they narrow down thousands or tens of thousands of images down to this. I mean, it's just the judges don't have an easy job at all. So, but one of the things I like to do in that contest and this contest is look at where the finalists are coming from. Where are these pictures being taken? And in this case, we have, this year we have images from Rome, from New York, from Hollywood, from Israel, from Cancun, from Colombia. All these places, all these big places, all these unique places. And here's an image that I took in Appleton, Wisconsin. Little Appleton, Wisconsin can still produce great street photography images. And that's one of the things that I'm the proudest of, that I'm not in New York, I'm not in Rome, I'm not in Jerusalem, I'm in Appleton. And I can still make great street photography images. And obviously, is it easier, or is there more to work with in other cities? Absolutely. But it does prove that you can do it in a smaller city, because this is the second time I've entered this contest twice. I've been a finalist twice with images from my hometown in Appleton, Wisconsin. So they're going to pick the top 3 here and give out some cash and some prizes and monitors and editing software or whatever. And hopefully, I'll be in the top 3. Now, my chances, I looked at the finalists, and I'll leave the link below. And you let me know what you think. What would be your top 3? But out of the 10, there's 5 black and white and 5 color. I think the wild card is, for me, one of the reasons why I entered the image I did, is that it's in winter. Almost nobody enters, or if they do, they're not finalists, enters winter street photography. And so I knew that was kind of a wild card going in. It was either really going to hurt me or really going to help me to be that unique. I think the other thing that helps me compared to the other 9 finalists is that my shot's a little bit more solitary and peaceful. I think there's a lot of the other images, there's a lot going on. There's more people, they're recognizable, things like that. So it's, with these contests, it's always about the judge or the judges. You just don't know. And the cool thing is with these contests, like with this one, there's 10 finalists. They're actually going to print a nice calendar and give them to all the finalists. 2 years ago, they actually made a nice hardcover book with the 26 finalists in it. And I'll do a video on that, and I'll show all those finalists sometime in the future. But that's a really cool thing that they do, that all the finalists are going to get, as well as the recognition of just being a finalist. So let me know what you think. Check out the link below. Check out those images, and let me know what you think. Contests can be, you can enter. I don't enter a lot of them. Usually, it's not a real high success rate, but I was honored the second time from Digital Photo to have an image be a finalist. So I will do a wrap-up video, or a follow-up video, I guess I should call it, in a few weeks here, letting you know what who were the 3 finalists, what images were chosen, things like that. Otherwise, check out my links below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I hope you hit the streets and start taking some images wherever you are. I'll catch you soon with another video. Thanks. Bye-bye.